Sorry. Good morning. This is Jack from Charting Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 3rd of February. My disclaimer: I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I've learned and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts, and I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ccmcrypto.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Let's have a look at. Oh, sorry, wrong chart. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bit of a rally yesterday. So we're coming off the lower bands on the daily chart. We basically reached the 3SD lower bands on Bitcoin and Solana. Don't think we quite managed it on Ethereum, but we were getting close. This is a good time to see a rally. I'm thinking we could see a fairly large rally. We don't have any positive divergence here. We could easily get some with a retest of the low, and we could see that. In terms of the flag here, we went down, we made the target at 80.6, and the area below that I was talking about at 74.4, we came down and touched 74.6. This on Bitcoin would be a perfectly acceptable looking low. We're seeing a little bit of a rally here. I've got a potential inverted head and shoulders forming here, and could see a bit lower there, or we, of course, as I said, we could come back and retest the low. But I'm quite liking this on a sustained break over 79.3k. This would have a target at about the 82k area. So I'm thinking that may well next be the next leg of this rally, but I've got more to say about that on Solana. Solana, seen a bit of a rally too. In terms of the daily chart, I do have a potential falling wedge support here. Not sure how convincing that is. It wasn't an exact touch, but nonetheless, it is something I'm watching. I'm thinking very much we can have a decent rally here, and looking at, obviously we had the flag that turned into a triangle, and then we went down and retested the low. We didn't quite make it to the target at 95.24, but I think this is a bear market. I've been saying that obviously since November, and bear markets on crypto, you take it from the high in Bitcoin, which was I think in November, or possibly December, and it basically lasts for a year after that. So if this is a bear market, then this isn't likely to be the low. Not at all likely to be the low. So it doesn't need to make this now. It can make it later, depending on the size of the rally. But you can see the right shoulder high here would be at 205. Anyway, I was laying out a plan for the way this might develop, and what I was looking at here was we've got a potential little double bottom here. It looks as though it might be forming an IHS, but I think the IHS is actually on Bitcoin. This looks like a double bottom. But if we see a sustained break up over this high here, then that would be 107-ish. I think, wait a second, what is it exactly? 106.58. If we see a sustained break over there, then that looks for a target in about the 117 area. If we then get up to the next level here, which is the 120 area, then if we were to form a right shoulder there, or again retest the low, then we could set up an IHS, which then on a sustained break up over 118 would be looking for would be about the 141 area. We've got another one in the 128 area as well, potential IHS, but that's the main one I'm looking at. But the main thing is, I'm thinking we could see, I'm thinking on Bitcoin here, because Bitcoin, one of the significant level points about this level here at 74.4 is that it is a potential head and shoulder neckline. I'm thinking we could get a rally back up to 110 here. So I've been checking out how that could look on Solana, and I'm thinking that if we get back, when we get back up to 148.39, we could pull back, form a right shoulder again, and potentially get all the way up to 200. Now, it's important it doesn't get over 205, because at that stage, obviously, we sign off any target back at 95.24. Also, this should be a counter trend rally, but I do see a path where we could go up for, I was talking about 2 to 6 months, and that's the track I was talking about, looking at on Solana. In terms of Bitcoin, what I'm looking at here is the potential head and shoulders here, and that is what I was talking about. So we'll see how that goes. Looking at Ethereum, Ethereum little bit of a rally here too. This also didn't quite make the full target here down here in the 2070 area, which is from this head and shoulders. We do have a potential wedge here too, and you can see on the hourly chart that we actually touched that pretty much exactly. That looks pretty nice. We got a falling wedge here too. Looks rather the best. And this is triangle that's broken down. Made the target. Almost made it down to 2070. Might still make it down to 2070. But again, I'm thinking we could see a very serious counter trend rally here, and I'm thinking that could last 2 to 6 months, and then possibly we could see a top in equities. So I think a significant eye in equities is coming this year, and possibly a major bull market top, and then it will be fueled by equities on the way down, as we find the bear market low over the next year or so on Bitcoin. Anyway, that is my thoughts on this. We will see how that goes. But at the moment, we're seeing a nice little rally. I'm thinking this could go significantly further. This is a nice looking little potential double bottom. If that breaks up, 117 area, could form an IHS there, could form an IHS here at 128 as well. So we will see how it develops. All right, great. In that case, let's have a quick look at questions. No questions, so I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. All right, cheers.